Okay, I'll probably break it up into little bits of content. Okay, so simple content creation, even if you suck at writing, with myself, Chris Brown. Like I said, you can tag me on Facebook, facebook.com/ChrisB1110, or Twitter at Chris Brown FCA, as it's written on the screen there. Hashtag knowledge bomb. Anytime that you get any kind of inspiration, any ideas, tag me in it, tell me what it is, and I'll pick a prize for the biggest breakthrough for anybody that does that. Okay, so it'll be a worthy prize too. It'll be something of high value, promise. Okay, so tonight you're going to discover how to create high quality content in less than 10 minutes without ever struggling for inspiration or suffering from writer's block. How does that sound, guys? Does that sound good? Sound good? If you stick with me right to the very end, then I promise I will share with you something that I use every single day in my business that helps me generate massive content. Okay, it's basically my blueprint for content creation. I'll share the exact template with it. I'll tell you exactly where to get it from. Okay, if you stay right till the very end. I need to turn this off. So you have an opportunity to learn tonight. Okay, and first of all, what will happen if you don't, first of all, pay attention, and secondly, take action on the information I share tonight? Look, we've got an hour to share this information, maybe a little longer, and you know what, I'll go till midnight if I have to with questions. But you know what, you're here to learn, you're here to get the most out of it, so it's imperative that you pay attention and secondly, take action on the information that I share. Alright? Here's a couple of quotes I'm going to share with you right now. To feel ambition and act upon it is to embrace the unique calling of our souls. Not to act upon that is to turn our backs on ourselves and on the reason for our existence. Okay? Sometimes when we are terrified of embracing our true calling, we'll pursue a shadow calling instead. That shadow career is a metaphor for our real career. Addiction replaces aspiration. All addictions share, among others, two primary qualities. One, they embody repetition without progress. Two, they produce incapacity as a payoff. Okay, guys, I'm basically going to tell you exactly what that means, all right? More dogs in the house. Okay, so basically these quotes, I shared them because I see a lot of trainers basically doing things that don't fulfill the necessity of their business. I see them doing things that don't move the business forward. I see them doing things that are counterproductive to moving the business forward, right? So we all have this ambition to create a fitness business that changes lives. I know that because if you follow anything that I do, that's what I talk about a lot. But the fact of the matter is, it's the fact we sometimes become paralyzed in the action to get there, right? This is called a shadow career, right? So we pretend like we want this thing, but we actually do a whole bunch of things that prevent us from actually moving forward. And these are called addictions, right? And all addictions share, among others, two primary qualities. They embody repetition without progress. So things like doing Facebook stuff all of the time without actually moving further forward in your business, messing around, getting involved in things that you shouldn't really be getting involved with. And these tasks actually produce incapacity as the payoff. So in other words, let me reframe that. The reward for pissing about on Facebook is the fact that you don't have to go through the pain of doing the work that you know will take you forward, right? Things like doing articles, etc. Sitting down and actually getting content done. So getting involved in bullshit conversations on Facebook will actually give you an incapacity, and that is your payoff for not going through the pain of doing the work. But let me flip that for you. Is it more painful to continue to struggle on with your business and not get anywhere than actually just sitting down and do the content? Okay? Because pain is one of the biggest motivators. Moving away from something. Okay? Moving towards pleasure is actually less of a driver than moving towards away from pain. So use the pain of not being where you want to be as your driver. Okay? 100%. Okay, so tell me right now in the questions why you're here tonight. Just so I can really target down this content and get exactly what you want. Tell me right now. I know we've touched on it briefly. Anybody? Creating, to learn how to create. Killer, want to learn, build a life with killer content, to learn how to write good content, super fast time, writing blogs, take a long time. See how easy it really is? Great shout, Phil. I like this. I'd like to see a tiddler, Paul Moore. You've seen that plenty of times, my friend. To give my clients more and better communication, content to learn how to spread the word and content, articles, creativity, to learn how to create quickly. I'm here to get ahead of the game and smash the crap out of the air. I love that, Kirsty John, love it. How to create a system for your content, well done, Paul, I love that as well. Maximize effort reward ratio, Dave Toomey in the house, that is awesome. Yeah, basically we spend a lot of time on social media, putting a lot of effort in. It's time to kind of get the return on investment for that. Learn how to get content produced faster and more of it. My blog posts take 3 hours. Super procrastinator, Gav. How to write quickly. How to create online community, productivity, getting over the paralysis of not moving forward. Hey guys, that's some awesome stuff there. Okay, I promise you I'm going to share a lot of this stuff tonight, and you'll get a lot from it. Okay, so that's the questions done pretty much for now. I have the tendency to jump off scale from time to time, jump off the script. Okay, so why should you listen to me? First of all, here's one of the books that's about to be released. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be sharing this cover with you, but I co-authored this book with some of the world's leading experts. Amongst that is a guy called Mike Koenigs. You might have heard of him. A massive internet marketer. This is basically how to get more out of your business life with better results. Okay, and I actually got the Editor's Choice Award out of all these people here on the left-hand side. You can see like 20 or 30 people contributed to this book, and I got the Editor's Choice Award in recognition of the outstanding contribution. And I was told actually these aren't bullshit awards; they're actually real-time awards. So I'll get an invite to Hollywood for that red carpet event and stuff. The Internal Warrior wrote this book in 3.5 weeks. It was 5 or 6 settings in total. So sat down 5 or 6 times and wrote a whole book, 40,000, 50,000 words, 200 odd pages. A lot of people on the call have read the book and loved it. Basically took me 3.5 weeks to write that. Guy Deovu, I don't even know how to pronounce your name, Dio's on the line. Helped him come up with the concept for his new book last week, and that is Discover How to Get in Shape at 40 plus, even if you're stressed out, have poor health, don't know where to start, and have very little free time. And that's the ultimate guide to getting the body you want with the time that you have. All right, and we had that little title as the working title, the ultimate guide to getting the body you want with the time that you have. But we jazzed that up a little bit and created the main title. These are just some of the reports that I've created myself that I use as lead generation within my business. They're all like massive, they're like mini books really. And that little red one at the front there caused a shitstorm in the fitness industry. So yeah, moving on from that. All right, I created a 4,000 word newsletter every single week for the last 6 months. I've authored 2 books. One Editor's Choice for my contribution to 1 book. Do 3 videos per week. Write at least 2 blog posts per week, often 4, because I write for 2 different blogs. Created all the books and reports that you've just seen, and I'm confident that I can help you do all of the same above. It doesn't take anything special, okay, guys? So who's excited? I love this photo. The first time I seen this was off actually Paul Morton. You'll get excited because he loves it when I mention his name. All right, I'm excited to move forward. Does that all sound cool, guys? Yeah? Sounding good? Yeah. Awesome. Let's go. So, I don't know why my mouse goes off every time I do that. However, there's also a time when I've done none of this and it sucked, or at least I'd do it, but irregularly and erratically with no structure or format. And like a lot of you have said, it would take me like 2 or 3 hours to do a blog post, or it would take me like a whole week of procrastinating to actually get anything done. I know some of you have got actual fears of putting content out there and putting yourself out there, putting videos out there, and I understand why. I'm going to show you something right now because I want to humanize myself and basically show you exactly what I've been through in terms of fitness over the last few years. Who has that fear of putting content out there? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah? Yes. In fear of criticism. Okay, I'm going to show you this now. Right, let me just get this link. So yeah, about 2 years ago I started creating videos, right? And granted, they weren't great, right? Fear of inaccurate info. Right, here we go. This is a guy actually made a whole YouTube channel about us. This is a local trainer. Please correct the awful technique before you injure somebody. You need to retake your exams. I think this is awful. You don't actually get what you pay for. You get poor coaching, which leads to bad habits, and in the long term may lead to injury. Money-making academy, which isn't client-focused. Awful kettlebell routine. There's some people who are born trainers and some people who try too hard. No natural way about them. What a riveting video. A light 60k deadlift done incorrectly. Do you just train the weak? Does she really need to lose her dress size? Awful way of training. Nice hat, looks expensive. Great training shoes. Probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen from a trainer. What the hell are you doing? Is this what a personal trainer does? Oh my god, get a physique before you show it. How embarrassing. Muscle and fat loss expert. This says it all. Have you got any successful clients? Maybe ones who can actually perform. Is dress size your main aim? Well, actually in my marketing, yes. Oh my god, please correct them. Awful technique. The class looks in dire need of some instruction. Absolutely appalling. The press ups are awful. You really need to go on a press up class to educate yourself. I didn't realize there was a press up class. I'm sorry, but you don't get instant DOMs. Obviously this guy hasn't got a sense of humor. That's why it's called DOMs, or the D would be replaced with an I. Again, this weak training and your squats are all over the place. Your feet are pointing out, so you are switching off the glutes to start. And basically, guys, that was a finisher of a 6, 12, 40 with 20k chains around my legs. And I was doing jump squats on the 40. So, yeah, this is absolutely garbage. Do you really promote this to your classes of clients? A trainer who wears Fred Perry must be a trainer with no idea. Awful. I know plenty of Liverpool personal trainers and they don't buy into gimmicks. So if you guys have any fear of putting stuff out there, that is the type of stuff I've been through, right? How crazy is that, by the way? All of that. Hopefully that's not putting you on. But yeah, I created a whole YouTube channel just about me, which I actually like now. So you can see here, are they still around or they're not? Do I still make videos? Hell yes I do. Did it affect me? Yes, it did. I was passionate at first, and it really did hurt me. Like literally, like I wanted to literally drive, find him, and smash his face in. If I'm honest, but that wasn't the right thing to do. I knew exactly who it was as well, and it did hurt like hell at the time because I was fairly new to the industry. I was like within 2 years of being in the industry, and it kind of got me down, but it got me angry more than anything because I hadn't done anything to this guy, right? And I was just trying to help people with the knowledge that I had. But now I realize there's no really need for it to hurt because the fact is the guy never bothers me anymore. I don't even know if he's still training people. And you got to get this type of stuff along the way, right? And this stuff, all those type of things, like, are indicators of that you're doing something right. And for every single message I had off him, I had 30, 40 messages off other people that loved the stuff I was doing, and they really got a lot of benefit out of it. Okay, so don't worry about that type of stuff. I can relate to it. I've been through it. So just so you're sure, I'm not superhuman. I didn't all of a sudden be very good at content, and I haven't gone through a load of shit to get where I am. Look, you've got a choice whether to create content, and you have no choice. Sorry. Whether to create content in this digital age with social media and an offline service-based business. Basically, we have no option than to do content. Well, you do, but the options don't wise up. If you aren't creating high quality, engaging content, one or two things are going to be happening. One, your competition is creating content, good, bad, or indifferent. They're still exposing their knowledge more than you are, right? And I'm going to tell you why that's important in a second. And two, you're losing your position in the marketplace by the day. I'll not be beaten in my local area for content creation. Like, nobody will create more than me. If I've got more content out there, like on YouTube, blog posts, Google, Facebook, whatever, I have a higher perception of being an expert immediately, right? Because if I've got 100 videos, they're not going to sit and watch 100 videos, right? But if my competition's got one or two blog posts, one video, who are they going to perceive as the expert, right? It's because you're simply making a commitment to helping people and guiding people. And they know by creating a lot of content, obviously you know something, right? So it's an instant perception, right? James Malinchak. People say experience is the best teacher. I disagree. Experience is the expensive teacher and the slow teacher. Other people's experience is the quick and cheap teacher. I'm going to give you my experience tonight, guys, and that's going to be the quickest way you can get to creating high quality content without the struggle, without the fear of idiots like that guy creating YouTube channels, although it's very flattering these days. Okay, you've got the time versus money thing, right? We can waste our years trying to figure out how to do things like I have myself, and kind of waste a lot of time trying to get to where we want to be. Or we can spend money and get to the fast route. And whilst I've got nothing to sell tonight, this is how I got to where I was. I basically went and invested in the best people in the world, traveled the world to figure out how to do all of this, right? And remember, you either invest in your time or you're investing your money. Yeah? So time is something that you can't get back. Money is something you can. So I hope this investment of time tonight is going to be worth your while, and I'm going to make sure that it is. In the next 60 minutes, you're going to discover exactly why you should create regular high-value content and how to do it in 10 minutes or less, no matter if your writing skills or ability, okay? And we're basically going to revisit the fundamentals tonight, because I regularly see trainers trying new and the latest tactics all of the time. So trying different strategies, or they're building brand new websites all of the time, which are basically like online brochures with no purpose. And they're just kind of trying to do the new thing all of the time instead of doing what works. All right. Here's some news for you. Breaking news. Social media is not a campaign, a strategy, or a tactic. Okay. And here's a quote from Gary Vaynerchuk, who, if you don't know who he is, then I seriously recommend you go and get both his books, Crush It and Thank You Economy, which I've got right in front of me right now. Social media campaigns are like a one-night stand. You have to marry your customer. All right, which basically, in a nutshell, if I reframe that into what we're talking about tonight, is you have to deliver regular value to your customers all of the time. I see people trying to do promotions, offers on Facebook and things like that, and like guinea pig trials, whatever. Those type of things are like strategies and tactics. You have to be committed to content long term. It's all about consistent relationships, okay? It's all about building the relationship and a rapport with the people that you sharing your content with. And it's not just through Facebook and Twitter, it's through Google, through your blog, through your email list and your autoresponders. So you're creating consistent relationship with people through your content. And actually caring, right? And giving a shit about people and helping your customers and prospects. Look, what time is like almost 9 o'clock at night, and I'm doing this because I see people struggling with this. I'm not doing it for any other financial gain. I'm doing it because, down the line, I'm hoping that if I share a lot of good, high quality information, then maybe you might invest in some of the information products I've got, or some of the courses that I run. But right now, my whole purpose of doing this is to help you move closer to where you want to be. Because if I help you get to where you want to be, then I know that that'll move me closer to where I want to be too. Should you wait for your clients to pay you, or prospects to pay you, so you can start doing this? And I say a big fat hell no to that, right? This is a game changer ahead, all right? Absolute game changer. Jay Abraham first introduced me to this theory, okay? And it's Jay Abraham's strategy of preeminence. So make a point of deciding you're not going to wait for money to change hands before you start contributing, guiding, counseling, advising, and protecting your prospects and clients. In other words, you are basically going to go through... Someone on Skype's totally put me off there. Basically, you're going to decide to help people and make sure that you are guiding, supporting, advising, and protecting your clients and prospects from the shitty ass marketers and trainers out there. You're going to do your very best to give them the best information that they can. And right now, people need it, because you know what? With like the likes of Herbalife right out there and stuff, and people who are selling Herbalife who are like, I don't know, working in offices and shit, and they've got no nutritional, basically no nutritional background. It's very important that you do your very best to guide and help people, regardless of whether they pay you or not. Reality is, some people might never, ever, ever pay you, okay? Reality is, some people might never, ever join your fitness camps. They might never buy a single thing from you, right? But you should still be committed to give them high quality information. If they've taken the time to listen to you, taken the time to invest their time in your stuff, then you should be committed to helping them move forward. And I mean, my newsletter that I send out every single week, basically I get like 30, 40 replies of people that I've never met, have never paid me a penny, but yet tell me it's changed their life. And that's a nice feeling to have, I can tell you that, right? And when you start doing this, it'll make a hell of a difference. So critical point, I want you to write this down right now. Be consistent, informative. Be a consistent, informative, trustworthy source of help to your followers. Okay? It's no good just writing a blog post and then the week after or the week after that, not writing anything for like 2-3 weeks. You have to guide the people and show them the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? You have to be consistent, because if people think, like those of you who have an email list out there, if you don't contact them regularly, it's obvious that they think you don't care. And the only time you do contact them is when you're pushing your free taster week or you're pushing a special offer. Be committed to excellence. Be committed to consistent information. Okay? Be a trustworthy source. Review things. Like, help people. Okay? That's it. Just generally help people. I'm just going to check this just to make sure everything's going on. Yeah, all good. And I'm guessing 99% of the people on this webinar tonight generate their clients through social media. Am I right by saying that? Anyone care to say 99% or so? Yeah, pretty much. Some? Yeah. No? Philip, interesting. Some? Yeah. Okay, so a lot of us do, right? Social media is a commitment. It takes time to establish yourself, and it takes high quality content to engage people. The easiest way to drive traffic to your blog is through social media, in my opinion. But people do it way wrong. They'll put status updates up, and I'm guilty of this. I'll create good content that is not linked to a blog post or anything. It's just on a status, and all of that media that goes through the comments and everything else is wasted because it's within Facebook, right? It's far better trying to drive people towards your blog and getting the interaction on your blog. Okay? Content is king for search engines, for everything else. You're going to dominate the local area if you can produce high quality information. I've just been doing some Google searches recently on myself, and I've noticed myself climb up the Google rankings gradually. One of our sites has been up like a year. The competing sites have been there. They've got the authority domains of like Personal Trainer Wirral, Bootcamp Wirral, but we're right behind them now. And I'm actually ranking for 3 or 4 things right on the first page. And for some certain search terms, I've got a video, I've got 2 or 3 blog posts and 2 websites up on the front page as well. So content's absolute king, right? If you're producing high quality content all of the time, this is how you're going to start getting ranked in Google. And if you understand this, you'll dominate your local area both in Google searches and on Facebook. You literally want to be everywhere, right? And I had somebody sign up for our fitness camps last week or the week before on the website, and I always write this down. Always ask where people come from, whether it's a referral, whether it's like they picked up a flyer, whether they signed up through the website, whatever. Find out where they've come from. Yeah, and she said basically she searched for personal trainers and boot camps in the local area, and she said it seemed like I was everywhere. Like, she's seen my articles, she's seen my videos, she's seen the website, and she said just on the fact that Chris seemed everywhere, that I signed up. Okay, she bit the bullet. She paid £100 for 4 weeks just from the sales copy, and we've actually started getting a few random sales now through our website, which we haven't done. I'll be honest, we haven't done that for a long time because most of my stuff comes from driving traffic through Facebook, but this was actually through Google, which is nice to know. That means that we're doing something right with the content we're creating. If you don't understand this, your competition does. And also your prospects will compare you against competitors on every aspect. Okay? If your competition has more content than you, then your perception will be that they know more than you. Simple as that, guys. Okay? I can't say it any more simpler than that. The simple act of having more content out there, especially through like YouTube, blog posts, etc., basically has a perception that they know more than you. Okay, I'm just going to dive off here. Someone's put the hand up. Who put the hand up? Generally more through do what you already say. Facebook, phone call. Okay. Cool. So, Here's an interesting thing. I'm going to reframe this. If you were searching for somebody to teach you about nutrition and training, but they had no books, no articles, no videos, no website, never shared any high value content, would you pay them a high price for their services? Say somebody wanted to charge you like $2,000 for an internship or a product or something like that, but they didn't share any high quality information, no videos, no articles, no website. They Googled you in the local area, you Googled them, and they were on like the second or third page for the search terms. Would you then trust them enough to pay them £2,000? It's likely that you wouldn't. Okay, very likely that you wouldn't. Okay, so why do we think as personal trainers that we can just have a Facebook account, put up a few posts, not really provide any content or value to people, yet expect them to come and join our bootcamp? Or we wonder when we put out an email that nobody comes and joins our fitness camp because we've collected names but we haven't built relationships with them. Okay? And you're probably wondering right now, where do I even start? Okay? But don't worry. Here's one of the biggest breakthroughs that you'll ever get from tonight. So write this down. Your content doesn't even have to be good, right? It just has to be everywhere. It doesn't have to be good at all. You just have to have content, like I said, so when people search Google, whatever, people can find it. They can see. If they click through to YouTube, you've got several videos down the right-hand side. If they click onto your blog, they see you've got page after page after page of articles. If they click onto your website, your main hub site, then you'll see you've got content on there as well. And it just shows that you actually know something to actually create a video and an article about it, okay? It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't even have to be grammatically correct, okay? And here's the deal. Action will always trump perfection. And this happens to me all the time. People pull me up on spelling errors or whatever, grammar errors, missing words out, things like that. But you know what? I'm not bothered because I'd rather get the information out there than spending time editing it and shit like that. Sometimes there is a time and a place for that. I agree. But in terms of blog posts and things, just get the stuff out there. In terms of videos, it doesn't matter if you mess up. It makes you more human. All right? I actually got pulled up on an image that I put up the other day because I missed out an R on it. And I don't give a shit, really. Look, I remember a time where my videos were shit and stupid, right? The first ever content I produced was literally videos with a flip cam. And it was just a morning diary of the first time I ever done a detox. There weren't anything good at all. Okay, look at this video here. I look like a terrorist or something. Basically, this was this was a secret guinea pig trial that I ran, and believe it or not, this video got like 300 hits within a couple of hours. I actually got like 20 new guinea pigs off the video. It was absolutely stupid. It was probably the funniest thing I've ever done. Nothing related to training or anything, but yeah, it worked at the time. Would I do it now? Probably not. But yeah, it worked. So it doesn't have to be good. It's just a process. Okay? So just because your stuff isn't up to scratch right now doesn't mean it will be that way forever. Remember, steel sharpens steel. So you've got to keep pushing through that, persevering through that, and keep writing, keep perfecting your craft. Because if you don't, then you're never going to improve, right? You're never going to do anything else. And if I put this in training terms, if your clients who are overweight don't like training, they hate the exercise that you ask them to do, and you set them exercises to do at home, but they don't practice them, are they ever going to get any better? Do you tell them that it's not going to be like this forever? Do you tell them the things that if they persevere and push through, then they'll eventually get to where they want to be? The content's exactly the same. It's a process. You have to sharpen your sword, okay? And it's a good thing. If you're not getting a lot of traffic right now and your articles aren't massively up to scratch, then it's a good thing, because when you start getting traffic, you'll be a far better writer than you ever were. Okay, Gary Vaynerchuk's one of the most valued social media experts in the world, right? His videos are totally raw. Like, have a look at his blog one day and watch his videos. Just basically webcam stuff, right? And all he does is shoot rants, right? I watched a video 2 weeks ago. It was in an airport. It was like 2.5 minutes long, and he's like in the middle of the video. He was like, "Whoa, is that my plane?" And he just picks up his laptop and starts running down the airport, still talking with his laptop, right? That's far from perfect, but the guy's made absolute millions online doing various different things just by having his raw, authentic personality, okay? People love his personality, and that's all it is. It's just getting across. And videos are the easiest content you could ever make. It's literally just talk about what you've done today. And here's the deal. Catherine's on the line tonight. One of our masterminders, Catherine, was sitting on Saturday with us in Guernsey because myself and John Latok run a mastermind with about 5 articles loaded into a blog, right? And she feared putting them out as they weren't perfect, okay? So she'd spend hours editing and faffing about with it before she'd even put the content out. And she hadn't put any out, right? Anyone want to guess what we... Whoa, that doesn't make sense. Anyone want to guess what we told her? Anyone want to take a guess? No, we said. Oh, stupid thing. This does me head in. Share your content or we'll punch you in the face. Okay? No, seriously. On a serious note, though, we basically bullied her into sharing it, right? And she'll vouch for you on the comments. We bullied her. Whoa, where have we gone? Bullied it into getting it out, right? Of course, we were joking. We did actually say that, but we were joking. She needed to put it out, right? Within about an hour of sharing a post on Facebook, she got 5 other people share it. She got a barrage of comments and engagement, right? Because she simply shared something. She just put herself out there, right? And since then, I think she's wrote like another 2 or 3 articles since the weekend. She'll tell me in a second on the comments. Okay, so that's an instant removal of any fear she had, right? Because instantly she's got gratification for the stuff that she's doing. Now, we shouldn't really seek gratification, but it does help in the early days when you are trying to sharpen your sword, when people like your stuff. I used to be addicted to it, which is not a good thing. I used to literally put an article up and check Facebook constantly for the comments. Sometimes I still do that. But yeah, I'm working on it. Does that sound like something you can do? You've probably got articles there that are on your hard drive, half finished or whatever. You can tidy them up and put them out there today. Does that sound like something you could do? Just pop it in the questions box. I'm sure you could. Knowing all of this stuff, though, alone is not enough. Like, we have to change our thoughts and habits around our content creation. And who now, I'm just going to ask this question, has made start again. I'm going to go back a slide. So, knowing this stuff alone is not enough. You have to change your real thoughts and your habits around content creation. Okay? I want to know now who's made a commitment to doing content. Like, who said something along these lines? I'm going to do 2 blog posts this week and 2 videos. Who says that type of stuff regularly? Yes. So you've got something sitting on your hard drive right now. And you say that every single week that you're going to do this, right? Who actually gets that done? Really, 1 a week. Okay. But you make the commitment to it. Okay. So, simply saying that's not good enough. And I'm going to tell you why. I guarantee 80%, and we've just proved that 80% of the people who say this are nowhere near producing that amount of content weekly, right? So how do I get to a point where I'm producing a 4,000 word newsletter, 3 videos, 4 blog posts, yeah, plus everything else on top of that? For the last few weeks, I've been creating an info product with a massive sales letter for that as well. Obviously running the fitness facility on the side of that too. And generally just doing a lot of other stuff for our members as well, creating inner circle membership, like inner circle stuff for our members. How do I get this done every single week and it be no kind of foul? No foul? But here's a major turning point I made. I created habits around creating content. Okay? And this sounds stupidly simple, right? But I actually got into the habit of creating good content. Okay? And I'm going to tell you exactly how. This is how I do it. After every morning of a bootcamp session, I do a video. Okay, so that's 3 videos per week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I shoot a video straight away. 3-minute video. Basically talk about what we did in the session, the lessons that they learned. Okay? That is it. Every Monday morning, I get up at 4 a.m. to write my Purpose of the Week newsletter, which is Power Monday, regardless, right? I was in Guernsey this weekend. with obviously John Latarka and our mastermind crew. And my flight was flying out at 7 a.m. I still got up at 4 a.m. even though I didn't have a boot camp to teach. Why? Because I've made the commitment to doing that every single Monday morning. Because I know that if I'd left that and I'd had a lie in, I didn't have to be at the airport till 6:15. If I had stayed in bed, then I would have got home. I would have procrastinated over getting it done. I would have put it off till Tuesday. Stuff would have gotten in the way. And in the end of the week, I would have still been struggling to get it out there, right? And I do this and I make sure it's 4 a.m. every Monday, and I make sure that it's sent by 5 a.m., right? Because I have to be ready for boot camp to leave about 5:30 to get down to the facility. So I specifically get up at 4 a.m. to write it. Now, do I know what I'm going to write about? Not really. But I keep notes of stuff through the week. So I grab Evernote if you've got it, in my phone, on my iPad, on my laptop, and anything that comes in my mind, I just jot some notes down. Then I bash it out. Okay? Every Monday morning at 10 a.m, I write back-to-back content for my fitness business blog and also for the Chris Brown weight loss blog. Okay? So Monday is basically all about content creation, right? That's all I do that day. I then pretty much program it all to go out automatically for the rest of the week. And sometimes I even create more because I get stuff in my head and I have to get it out there, right? Most people know that they should be doing this stuff, right? This isn't rocket science, right? It's not rocket science at all. But people rarely create this level of content. They rarely get in the mindset of doing that. It seems an overwhelming task of producing 3 blog posts a week, 4 blog posts a week. But I don't understand why, right? Because I've got this system dialed in and I've created the habits. It's easy. And like I said, going back to the start, it's the shadow careers, right? It's the things that we do that get in the way of producing content that are stopping us from getting the real work done, right? So the Facebook pointless chatting, the pointless messaging of people, texting people on the phone, right? All these little distractions that we allow to get in the way of us pursuing what we want to pursue. All these little distractions that prevent us from moving forward. This happens subconsciously because this is basically our body's way of stopping us from going through pain and going through the fear of the unknown, the fear of putting yourself out there. So we become distracted very easily, okay? There's a huge difference between knowing what you should be doing and actually doing it. And in my experience, if you can avoid making this level of commitment, you will convince yourself that other stuff is more important and dodging the actual stuff that moves you forward. So like I say, getting caught up in bullshit stuff, that's not really helping, right? So you're not getting really a return on hustle, yeah? You're just basically hustling your balls off, but actually getting nothing back from it, all right? So you have to, right now, take your pen out, and what I want you to do, I want you to create a time slot where you're going to commit to doing at least 2 blog posts back to back, okay? A time slot. But you're going to get my system to do that as well, so it's cool. Maybe it is that you get up earlier than anything else so that you get it done and you, getting up at 4 a.m, there's nobody around on Facebook, so you can't get distracted. You've got to get it done. You've got to be crazy to be getting out of the bed at that time as well. So do you think you can implement these type of habits? So, like I said, I'm not special. I'm no different than any of you guys. But basically what I've done is I've developed a system and a habit around kind of creating my content, which then it becomes easy. Like anything, right? Once you get in the habit of exercising, it becomes easy. Once you become in the habit of eating shit, it becomes very hard to get out of the habit of eating shit. Once you get into the habit of being lazy and checking Facebook, then it's very hard to get out of the habit of it. Same with creating content. Once you get into the habit of creating the content, it's very difficult not to do it, right? Because instantly you feel like a failure because you've made a commitment to yourself. You've set a time slot when you are going to do it. You haven't just said, I'm going to do 2 blog posts this week, I'm going to do 3 blog posts, whatever. You've actually set a specific time to do it. Nothing gets in the way of doing that. Every person that I work with has this level of commitment to content. More and more so. So some of the FCA licensees, I'm drilling these down now. These have to be doing content all the time. I keep saying it. All you need to do in your fitness business is create high valuable content that guides people closer to where they want to be. Provide results for your clients. provide value to your clients, which can look in a various shape or forms: support, encouragement, knowledge, results, training, nutrition, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Retain customers, generate referrals from them, create high quality content for them, and there's nothing more difficult than growing your business than that, right? And this is the thing, right? Creating high quality content is actually one of the best retention strategies that you can actually do. It's one of the best things you can do to retain clients, because you're sharing new information with them all the time and you become their source of knowledge. I'm going to talk about that. Here's the most important part. Get it done and out there, right? Just put the damn thing out there, regardless. If it's not perfect, whatever. Are you one step ahead of the people that you're trying to help? Can you help that person? Can you move that person closer to their goals with the information you're sharing? Here's my theory. The paralysis comes because we have too many fitness pros on our blog, or on our Facebook, and we fear the fact that they might call us out on something that's not right. Here's the deal, how you deal with it. Basically, you can only help people with the knowledge that you've got currently, to the best of your knowledge. The stuff I've done in the past that's stupid. The stuff that I've done in the past that I wouldn't advise now, but I was guiding them with the best of my knowledge. Okay? And you can do a week's worth of content in a day if you create habits and discipline to do it. Okay? So you can create a week's worth of content in a single day if you create the habits and the discipline to do it. Then you're probably going to think, what do I do with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? This is the thing. Because we give ourselves so much time, the content takes the time. Pareto's law. A task will take the time that is allowed for it. So don't allow yourself any more time than a Monday to do all your content for the week. Then you can even take a day off. I actually, massive breakthrough when I started shortening the amount of time that I had to work. I actually started taking more time off, because I was like, I'd take a full Friday off. So I had to create like what was previously taking me 5 days, I had to do in 4 days. Okay? If you struggle for inspiration, so here we go. Who struggles for inspiration, by the way? I want to just check these questions because I've been flying through this. Superman. Yes, struggle for inspiration, guys. Yes, ideas. Making it personal to your clients. You're not going to struggle for much longer, promise. Okay, so, right, can we all agree that systems are important in your business? Yeah, if you don't press yes, I'm going to metaphorically punch it in the face. Okay, systems are one of the most important things in your business, right? Here we go. Save yourself time, energy, and money, or time, effort, and money. Okay, how many processes can you systematize in your business, right? So it becomes easy. So we think about systems in terms of payment systems, email systems. We think of like PA systems, retention systems, various other different things like marketing systems, like lead generation, trial week conversion, things like that, right? But we never actually think about systematizing the processes that we do in a business, the small things that we do daily, the things that we have to create, right? I never really struggle with writer's block ever, right? If you do struggle with writer's block though, this works as well. My problem is actually writing too much and going off on a tangent. This system allows me to have structured content and deliver high quality, engaging content, and I can do this all on autopilot, which is basically what the tribal retention system is about. And this works great for prospects and client content. All right, you basically create short, engaging, structured, and systematized, powerful content in 10 minutes or less. Really easy. All right. Here's how we do it. Who's excited for this bit? I'm going to build up the tension, right? Does that sound cool? Does that sound like something that would be useful right now? Oh, yeah. The system, here it comes. Drum roll. Ah, what's happened? Peter Pans, here we go. Okay. This is it. It's not even revelational. Well, it is. It is revelational. Okay, so here we go. So you write down the aim of the article. What do you want the reader to take from the article? Okay, what is the benefit to them? Right? So I'll go into that a little bit in depth. What I'll do, I'll fly through this, guys. I'll go back through it afterwards. Then you put together the story. Okay, so what story can you tell that introduces the 3 main points? And I'm just literally going to talk through an article in a second. Then you kind of introduce point 1, point 2, point 3 within the story. Okay, the headline. How to create a benefit-driven headline that sums up the article. Okay. Introduce article and 3 main points. Tell your story about why you've written the article and how you discovered the 3 main points. So this is basically the introduction into the article. Okay. Then you introduce point 1, how you discovered point 1 and the impact it's had. Then you use a reframe, which is powerful. You might have noticed me using these within this webinar, right? So I'll talk you through this as well. Point 2, how you discovered point 1 and the impact it's had. Use a reframe. Point 3, how you discovered, well, copy and paste job there. Point 3 and the impact it's had. Use a reframe. Conclude all 3 points. Give a call to action. So which desired call to action would you like? I.e., go to abc.com and grab your free video series now. I'm only giving this series away to 100 people, so act fast. Okay? So we're going to go back. I want to take some questions on this, okay? I want to get... does that seem fairly simple, guys? You're probably thinking to yourself right now, why the hell didn't I think of this shit? Very simple. Does that make the whole writing process a lot easier? Right, I want someone to give me a topic right now. Fire me a topic. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Something I write like an article about. Cravens. Wheat and gluten. How awesome is Ben Arthur? Very awesome. Summer fat loss. Client adherence, how to get them to adhere. Could you send those 2 slides to us also? The guys who hang around right at the very end, I'm going to send my Word document with the questions in. Why do we eat certain foods? Okay, here we go. Right, let me pick one. Let's have a vote. I like this one. Client adherence. Wheat and gluten. Cravens. What should we talk about? Okay, here we go. Right, I'm going to run through this now. Okay, so we'll do this for clients. So this is for our clients, an article, right? The aim. What do you want the reader to take from the article? So basically, let me type this in. Is it here? Let me get it. Fuck it, I'll speak it out. So, what do you want the reader to take from the article? Basically, I want my clients to understand the reasons why we remove wheat and gluten from the nutrition plan. What I want to do is basically engage them so that they get the story. All right? That's the aim. So, what story can you tell that introduces the 3 main points? All right. Here we go. This weekend I was on a mastermind event in Guernsey, okay? And every time that you travel, it's very difficult to find restaurants where you can eat healthy food. And also there's the temptation of nights out when you get together with your colleagues. Basically, I was fairly prepared. I've been eating well for 6 or 7 weeks, and I was a little bit nervous about traveling away because I know that every time I go away, it's difficult to find the food that I want. All right? Basically, on this Saturday night, we had a social gathering, right? And everybody knows that when you have a drink, it's far more difficult to stick to your nutrition plan the next day. Anyway, it was the first drink that I had in over 8 weeks, and I felt horrendous the next day. Basically, then the next day I had 2 baguettes. What else did I have? I had a burger. I had a whole bunch of other stuff with wheat and gluten in. And it's interesting because I hadn't been eating wheat and gluten for the last 7 weeks, sorry. I hadn't noticed the effects that I forgot the effects that it has on my body. And I just wanted to write this article today basically to remind you, just in case you've been on track for a while now, the exact reasons that we remove wheat and gluten from our diet, right? So I noticed within the first 30 minutes of eating the first 2 baguettes that I had like almost instant bloating. And I can actually remember speaking to Danielle on Skype and she said my face looked really puffy, right? And that's because when you have wheat and gluten, it actually retains water. So you can actually look more bloated in terms of your face and in your stomach area. It also causes some kind of gastrointestinal inflammation and also can lead to bloat within the GI tract. All right. Gluten and wheat also reduce your immune system by up to 70%. Okay, so you might notice that I've got a little bit of a blocked nose now. So the alcohol and the wheat and gluten combined, actually reduced my immune system by 70%. And I imagine I picked up a cold because of that. Okay, and the third point is basically gluten is the Latin word for glue. And basically what happens is gluten will bind up in the stomach and it becomes like glue-like within our stomach. It's very difficult to then pass the glue, so we end up with digestive issues. If we have digestive issues, then we're not going to take the nutrition that we should be from the food that we eat. Okay? And it can take up to around 7 to 14 days to move all of the wheat and gluten from our system. All right? So there's the story with the 3 main points, and I'll have that in bullet points. Okay? Then I'd have a headline. Right? Does that make sense, guys? Let me just do this while you're going along. Kind of story be made up as long as it fits. Yes, of course it could be. Yeah, that's cool, Gavin. That's cool. But if people don't know who he is or don't relate, then it's no good. Yeah, Gavin, that could be the whole article, right? But benefit-driven headline. So I go next into benefit-driven headline. I could say, so I'm better at writing this stuff. The shocking realization of the effects of gluten and wheat and how I ended up with a puffy face. Okay, so you can see, like, that's not your stereotypical weight loss kind of headline. Yes, Luke, I prefer to make it personal a lot of the time. Yeah. Basically because that's the only thing that distinguishes you from anyone else. If you Google wheat and gluten, you'll get a load of bullshit like, yes, gluten will jam up the GI tract. It will create inflammation in the body. It will reduce the immune system by blah, blah, blah. People don't want fact-based stuff, right? Why do they read newspapers? It's story-based. Yeah, you want to be basically creating a readership, not a Wikipedia channel. Okay? So there's just a quick headline, the realization of the effects of gluten and wheat and how I ended up with a puffy face whilst freezing my balls off in Guernsey all weekend. Okay, so you then introduce the article. So basically I would say something like, hey, it's Chris Brown here. Oh, no, actually I wouldn't, because for clients I'd say, hey, Chris here. This weekend I was over in Guernsey and I had a real big realization. I had gluten for the first time. I slipped up. Like anybody else, when alcohol's involved, you can't really control the outcome. Okay? It made me really realize, because I've been clean for 7 weeks, the effects of gluten, and it's important that sometimes you do have those little slip-ups so that you notice how badly you're affected by such things. There's 3 main things that I noticed when I immediately after I ate gluten. I noticed a massive bloating in my belly and my face went all puffy. I actually suffer from eczema through wheat and gluten, like immediately almost. I can feel eczema. So I realized that I'm allergic to wheat and gluten. It creates an eczema outburst. It affected my energy levels, and that's like the 3 main points. And I know that I can do this to you too, because let's say 60% of people or whatever make up a statistic or find out the statistic. 99% of people out there do have a wheat and gluten intolerance without even realizing. Okay. So in this article, I'm going to tell you my little story of how and why you should be getting rid of wheat and gluten from your nutrition plan, from your diet. So point 1 basically was, immediately after I had the baguette, I noticed that I was bloated. I noticed that I felt windy. My face puffed up, went all like puffy about 2 hours later. Okay. Basically, this is due to the fact that I have an intolerance to gluten and wheat, and also an allergy. It's basically, if you continue having wheat and gluten in your diet, then you're going to continue with gastral bloating. You're going to continue with wind. Your digestive issue. You're going to have digestive issues. You're also going to look bloated around the belly, which, if you're wearing tight-fitting clothes, then obviously you don't want that bloated look. Just by removing wheat and gluten, you can actually reduce your waistline simply by reducing bloating and gas from the belly. Okay, you could use a reframe, so you can say, just because this is a good reframe, a social reframe this is called. So if I was to simply tell you that all of my successful weight loss clients have removed wheat and gluten now for over the last 12 months, would that be enough to convince you that it's a good thing to do? Okay, simple as that. Or you could say, here's the deal. You can continue eating wheat and gluten and kind of thinking that it doesn't have an effect to your nutrition plan. However, research shows 99% of people are wheat and gluten intolerant. So unless you think you're within the minority of 1% within the country, then you will be suffering from a wheat and gluten tolerance, something like that. It's harder to actually say this than it is to write it down. So point 2, what did I say for point 2 again? It was immune system. So being ill sucks. Coming back from Guernsey this weekend, I developed a cold. Now, this could be down to coincidence, but the simple fact of me drinking alcohol, having wheat and gluten in my diet, and me knowing that gluten reduces the immune system by around 70%, I'm putting 2 and 2 together and expecting that it is due to that. So if you're feeling a little bit shitty this weekend, after this weekend, and you've had bread and pasta and things like that, then this could be a reason why. All right. And number 3, we'll just say energy levels. So within like 2 hours of eating the French baguettes, I noticed that my energy levels had massively reduced. Okay. The next day, when it came to training on the Monday, I could barely get through the workout. Okay. I felt sluggish. My muscles felt tight and I felt weak. All right. This massively is down to the nutrition that I put into my body on the Saturday night and the Sunday. Now, granted, it's not just all wheat and gluten. There was some other stuff in there. But I know that personally, I struggle with wheat and gluten. Yeah. The alcohol obviously didn't help, but it had an impact on me for about 2 or 3 days. Now, if I have missed 2 or 3 days worth of training intensely, then that's going to affect my results, because I'm not going to be able to put in the amount of action that I have. That I need to in order to get the results that I want. Okay, and then you can use a reframe here. So you could say, kind of look at it this way, right? Would you put petrol in a diesel car? No, you wouldn't, because that would cause an outrage and you'd pretty much bust up your car. So why do we think it's acceptable to eat wheat and gluten in our diet? Okay. Then you basically conclude the points. So you can see from this, I've basically, let's have a think. So you basically say, I hope you've enjoyed this article. I hope it was informative. You can see from this that wheat gluten can not only just cause you to store more body fat, but it also has other effects. It has effects on your energy. It has effects on your immune system. And it also affects your GI tract. Okay, I can't even say that. Gastrointestinal tract. Okay, which basically will contribute to poor digestion and also poor absorption of nutrients. So alongside the fact that it's going to help you, it's going to prevent you from burning fat, it's also going to contribute to all these other negative effects to your health. Okay, and that's it. You wouldn't really need to give a call to action for this because it's for your clients. So you basically would say, thank you for reading the article. I hope it helped. Any questions you've got or comments you'd like to make, put them below. And keep an eye out for my next article, which is on Okay, now that's as simple as it has to be, guys. That's a lot harder actually saying it than it is actually just writing it out. Does that make sense? Has anyone got any questions? Yeah, that's it. That makes sense, guys? Firing some questions, give me some feedback, give me some questions that I can kind of pop it out. See, it's more like a story about it, right? So it's like creating a story around it. It's far easier if I've got it in here. Where is it? You see, when you've got it here, you just basically type this in. So what's the aim? To educate clients on blah. Point 1 is blah. Point 2, blah blah. Point 3 is there. Then you come up with a headline. Then you introduce the 3 main points. There. Point 1, the impact it's had. Point 2, impact it's had. Point 3, impact it's had. Conclude all the 3 points together. Then create a desired call to action. Okay. And basically what you do then is you just take the sections and just pop them into a new fresh document, and then you'll put a word in. So say, let me try and find an article actually the other day. Would that help if I found one that I actually wrote? Yeah, I'm going to send you this template for you guys. Anyone still here? Have I put you to sleep? Okay, would you like me to find an article that I wrote the other day? Probably in Evernote, to be fair. Yeah, okay. I like to roll pretty free with these guys, so I want to make sure that you guys get the maximum benefit out of this. So if that would benefit you, that would be cool. Template an article would go crazy. Oh, sunk in. You need to stop being clever and stop worrying. Exactly, Tony. 100%. Bum, 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 bum. What did I write the other day? Actually, might be on Facebook. Actually, put a rare note on Facebook. Does anyone have any questions while we're here? Does that help? Like, yeah, definitely takes the pressure off having that structure. Like, think about me. If I can do that under pressure when about a subject that's as boring as wheat and gluten, like I would probably never write about wheat and gluten, but then you guys can do it. Where the hell's the notes? I actually used to love the notes on Facebook, but I don't think I would do it now. Shit, I can't even remember where I put this.
Ghosting articles here. I don't even know where it's for. POW stands for Purpose of the Week. The only time I don't use this template, guys, just because I want to be totally honest, the only time I don't really use it is when I kind of write like an emotional post, so just rant. Yeah, here we go. This is it. So, I'm currently starting to read the Jack Reacher novels. He's a bit of a badass. Now, to succeed in the fitness industry, you do not have to go into intricate detail on how you plan to take down the other fit pros as collateral damage. In fact, I'm going to share with you today the amazing secrets behind fitness business success, and I'm going to lay it out for you. One thing I noticed before I move into the juicy stuff is the sheer lack of responsibility for your own success will lose your friends, associates, and peers faster than Jack Reacher could break a neck with one hand. I'm not a fiction guy, but I'm trying my best to read the books and I'm getting into them, try them out. Side note, don't be a jerk off. If you want to do something, go and do it. Have integrity and choose to do business by being yourself and not pretend to be something you're not. This leads me nicely into the first point. So you can see there, guys, that's a connection into the first point that I've highlighted. Okay, that makes sense? The magical, amazing secrets of fitness business success. There is none. There's no magic bullets, and I have no doubt that every single fitness business product out there has the potential to completely transform you and your business. I just don't get it. Though. There's more information than ever, yet yes, less ability to apply the stuff and get stuff done. See, there's still spelling stuff here and everything. I seriously do not have a clue what most trainers do day to day. I've been guilty of it too, trying to do 100,000 things at once and therefore getting nothing done. I also have news for you. I had a little thought last night. I reckon there's more trainers now than we believe. New startups, keen and fresh and prepared to work for buttons. If you're sitting on your ass waiting for shit to come your way, you have serious issues. You have to take responsibility for the direction of your success. I see far too often people with all the tools yet still asking for more information. You do not need more information, you need more action. Yes, that's right, every fucker and his dog says it. Take action, take action, take action. Heck, if I see another trader say it about a client who's lost weight, I might spew all over my keyboard. In fact, I feel a little bit sick in my mouth just writing about it. Another spelling error. Jumping the script a second. My favourite thing right now is vanilla bean paste. I think too many trainers have been gorging on it. Back to the script. Take action has lost its pull. Anthony Robbins is probably the reason all the motivational gurus action this, action that, whatever. The simple fact is nobody is prepared to do just something, anything to get out there. Leading me nicely to the next point. You can see there's another connection into the second point then. Everyone I know who has achieved anything in this crazy fucked up industry has long periods of time gone without sleep to get what they want. I'm racking my brain right now and the names I'm thinking of all have an insane work ethic. You know what? Some people like sleep more than they like success. And I don't mean getting up at 5 a.m. and training clients all day. Successful people never sleep. They're on the ball 24/7, whether consciously or subconsciously. For me, there was never an option to fail. Never. I didn't take the option to coast or just wander through. I had to make money or I was broke. People seem to think it's acceptable to start a mentoring program, coaching program, stop whenever they like. They seem to think it's acceptable to constantly bombard with people with information, yet never take action on anything. Every single person I know who's successful has been mentioned, Then we go through, you can see I talk about someone who's got an insane work ethic, and then where to go, lead me nextly. There's the next connection into the next point, which is show gratitude, and then basically sort of wrap this up, sort of conclude this, the amazing business success. Take responsibility. Secondly, develop an insane work ethic. Forget to take action bullshit, do whatever it takes to get it done. And then finally, respect those that share information and have busted their balls and worked their ass off to get where they are. That 13 minutes is would have taken me likely 18 months and 2 years to figure that stuff out. Yeah, a guy that's on this call tonight, I've basically figured out a bit of business model with him. And that's it. Peace. P.S. If you want to completely transform your whole self, hit me up, drop me a line, any way you can, and we can chat. Pretty good. A lot of comments. 75 likes, and using that system. Okay. Does that seem easy enough to do, guys? Fairly easy, right? That took me probably like 10 minutes, Gavin. 15 minutes tops. The actual, you can get that whole nuts and bolts of the article done in 10 minutes. Then it might just take a little bit of connection to get it done. Real easy system. Seriously, yeah, seriously. Tell you what I'm going to do right now. Dive back to the content before I start talking. Loads, see what's in here. Okay. Yeah. 10 minutes, something like that, to plan it out, and then maybe like a 5-10 minutes to connect it all together. One of the biggest yet under the radar retention strategies is creating fresh new content. Okay? Nobody ever talks about this, but retention actually comes from fresh new content every week. Your newsletters, okay? Things like that bring your community closer together. You can tell stories within your newsletter. You can tell stories of your members, right? You can use your members' stories to engage and communicate with your current community, your current clients. Engage in your current community and building a tribal following. And people who just love everything you do, right? People always think content is just about for prospects, about getting clients. It's not. It's about keeping clients as well. It's about building that relationship with them through your writing. Like sharing the fact that you went to Guernsey at the weekend on a mastermind. Sharing the fact that you fucked up on your nutrition plan. Sharing the fact that you've been in an education course this weekend and whatever, the bullshit, the mediocrity. Write as though you are a journalist, not as though you're somebody providing faceless information that they can find anywhere on the internet. Make it humorous. Like I've used this strategy in my own business to create retention. I've also broke it down the tribal retention system. It's completely automated the whole process because I've got an easy way to create a lot of content. You can create a lot in advance, right? Then you'll become the most trusted source of info for your clients, and your clients will listen to every word. And as long as you guide them ethically, you'll have a long-lasting relationship with them, right? And basically, what you want to do is, you, like a lot of guys out there who are reading this, will be against like the Herbalife thing. If you're against the Herbalife thing and you're standing up and preventing your clients from being attacked by these Herbalife people, if you like, and you're preventing them from spending money on this Herbalife stuff when it's it's not really good to have, right? Then they're going to trust you more and more, and the relationship's going to deepen. Remember the strategy of preeminence that we said at the start. Choose to do the right thing about you, the right thing by your clients, right? The word client means under protection. Okay, choose to do the right thing no matter what, whether it's going to benefit you financially or not. Yeah. If you know somebody isn't a good fit for your boot camp and they're all screwed up, don't take the money. Yeah, or offer some kind of personal training that you can help them and guide them in a better way. Because if you're taking the money and they're not going to get the result or the benefit from it, then it's unethical, right? So you must become the trusted source of information for your clients. And clients, just like I said, means people under protection of you. So prospects essentially are clients also. So guys, would you agree that this was an hour well spent learning everything that we've covered thus far? Thus far, wow, posh. Very well spent. Awesome. Excellent. Yeah. You guys going to take some action? Take some freaking action on getting content done. Writing tomorrow, good stuff. Awesome, guys, awesome. Who's actually got some stuff written down then for times? Yeah? Who's going to write down, like, who's got the dates and times written down when they're making a commitment to content every single week? Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I drive traffic through social media, but also I get some stuff through Google as well. Every Tuesday morning in the diary. Yes. Ruth just needs to get them out there. Who's had the fears lifted from writing articles? I tell you guys, this is just getting regular good content out feels good. You get a lot of credit back from people. You help a lot of people. It doesn't have to be intricate. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be out there, right? You just have to shoot a video every single day. You just have to tell stories, right? Not facts. You just have to help guide and counsel people. And that's not counseling as a counselor. You just have to guide them in the right direction, all right? That's about it, guys, unless you've got any more questions. Getting stuff out there is also a good excuse to learn more. Yes, Kirsty John, great point. I can't remember who said this, but somebody said, until you share your knowledge with other people, you will not be granted new knowledge. Okay, so the more you share, the more new knowledge you'll be given. Okay, guys, so I'm thinking that's pretty much about it. Let me grab this template. I wasn't going to do this, guys, but I'm actually launching a new product soon. As you can see, just so it's no bullshit. Just because I've talked about it a little bit and they've got the tribal retention system here. Is Dave on the line? Would anybody like to learn some more stuff from me? Some cool stuff. Who runs fitness business right now? Yes. Okay. Awesome. I'm about to launch a brand new product. The tribal retention system. Okay. And basically it's fully finished. Is it done, Dave? Yeah? Dave's on the line, my tech guy. He's awesome, by the way, if you have any websites done. Yes. Okay. Dave, if you can do this right now, if you can put a discount up on a page for anybody that wants to go and get it, I'll put a discount on the new product. And basically, we want a bunch of testimonials. It's going to launch at $197 in a few weeks' time. The initial launch is at $97, that is. But we're going to put a discount on for $77 for anyone that wants to learn any more stuff off us. You can check it out. Let me get the link off Dave. I think it's superfitbusiness.com. So, as it is on here, superfitbusiness.com/webinar1. Let me type that out. You can go and check it out. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it isn't. That's cool. But I think if you want to learn some more stuff from me, then you can head over there right now. Grab it. That's the link. Going to have a little discount on it for like, I don't know how long I'll get Dave to put a timer on it. When the time runs out, Anybody that's in, I would really, really, really appreciate testimonials from you because it'll help us with the launch of it. You guys get a discount, you get some awesome content. I don't really want to break it down what's in there because it's all on the sales page, but Dave teaches you how to build a membership site and shit like that in it as well so that you can really blow up your stuff. I'm going to upload this thing for you right now so you've got it. So hang on. You see how much content's in my thing here, guys. My Evernote. If you guys don't use Evernote, you seriously need to use it because you never lose any content. I'm going to show you actually as well, just so you know I'm not bullshitting. Here's my Monday newsletters. This is how big they are. That was Monday, that was the week before. Week before that. Consistent every single time. All of them. There. Right. All my logins are in here as well, so just close your eyes a second while I look at my website login. Oh, actually, what an idiot. It's actually the one website that I know the password for. I use Evernote, Catherine, because it syncs automatically to the internet and all of my various different all my various different devices like iPad and everything else. Right, you guys want a PDF or would you prefer the Word document of this? You know what, I'm going to bash on the new logo. Who likes the new logo, by the way? About to launch a new blog. Da, da, da. Word doc. Article creator by Chris Brown, because that's our role. Right. Desktop. Alright guys, I'm going to give you this link right in a second. Okay, Dave assures me that that site's ready to roll, so if you guys want to go and check that out, you can. I'm going to send you this link right now. Sent to all, you should all get that. Has everybody got that? Is it working? Somebody tell me it's working. Let me have a look. This link. Don't know how long Dave's put on this. Okay, so yeah, it's a 2 hour, 2 hours on this. To grab it at $77, which I think is like 50 quid or something. Midnight tonight, Dave. Thanks. Midnight tonight. Okay, guys. So if it's for you, it's for you. Have a read through it. I'm sure you'll like the content in there. It's absolutely awesome. There's all stuff done for you stuff in there. But yeah, like I say, that's not the purpose of tonight. I want to wrap up by any more questions that you've got. I want to make sure you're ready to take action and you're ready to implement this stuff, because I don't want you kind of going away from here confused and struggling. You've got the template, you've got the information, you should be ready to roll now. Are we all ready to roll? Ready to roll, good. Anything else? Okay guys, that's it, I guess that's it. So guys, tweet me, Facebook me, whatever. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate the last hour and a half of your time. I hope this helps you. If anything I can ever do for you, then give me a shout. And yes, thanks guys. Take care, bye bye.